All right, and in round one, and we've got ourselves a pretty awesome hand here. So we're gonna keep. Opponent is on the play. We get to go turn 2 mastery into turn 3. Oh, guess our plans changed. Well, we're not in a big rush to cast mastery. I don't think it's only 2 mana, so let's just get a little beat stick out there for now. Wandering Champ. All right. I think I actually. Well, that's not bad. Um, so I could leave up Feet of Resistance, but then he might not attack. I can't think of a lot of stuff they'd have in green-white that would be good against Mardu Hateblade. I guess like Sandblast, but if he's using Sandblast on a Hateblade, I think I'm doing good. So I'm just going to play the Nomad Outpost and pass. If he's got a buff spell for his Wandering Champ, I can, I don't know, figure something out. Okay, well, he is in Abzan colors, so could kill our Hateblade here to get in for 3. I think I'm still okay with that. I would probably just throw out the Watcher of the Roost to gain some life and offer the trade with the champ. If he's got like Awaken the Bear, he gets to go over top and live, which is also good, but we'll get that trick out of the way. Basically, he can have things here, but I don't care if my Hateblade dies, it's the point I'm trying to make. All right, so now I can do Pet versus Watcher of the Roost. Watcher of the Roost is a little more proactively aggressive. Sidisi's Pet, probably, I think I'm just going to do the Pet now. I like the idea of leaving back the Hateblade for blocks with the champ still. If he kills our Morph, I certainly don't mind having a Watcher of the Roost evasive creature follow up. So it just feels okay to me. All right, just going for a little card draw here, which is fine. So still staying back. I don't want to risk attacking with the Hateblade and having him kill our pet. Next turn I can play Master of the Unseen and potentially and likely unmorph pet for value, which is going to be quite good. Still easily blocking, yeah. Still easily blocking with a Hateblade. Okay. So now I think what we do is swing Hateblade. Takes it. I play Mastery and I pass. So now I can unmorph Sidisi's pet to gain 2 life, have a 1/4 blocker. There's a chance he attacks into it. How often do people anticipate the Sidisi's pet? I would say not very often. I mean, we are absolutely telegraphing it, but still, if he wants to play a trick to get out of this mess, then more power to him. We're still, regardless, we're ending up with some pretty good value here, so certainly seems worth it. And yeah, he's got like Feet of Resistance, Awaken the Bear, whatever. Not a big deal. If he's forced to bust his Feet of Resistance here, yeah. I mean, sure, he gets our guy, but we gain 2 life. He used a Feat of Resistance, which I now no longer have to worry about. He had to use it on his 3/1, so not even like that much extra protection, really. Okay, so now maybe we're just on the Master of the Unseen plan, which I don't mind. Rather. Kind of want to minimize damage, but opponent's only got 3 cards left in hand. I guess I could morph Watcher, but then I have to reveal Feet to see the issue with that. I might just do it anyway. Because we actually gain 4 life with the Mastery. And he's not strongly motivated to make an attack into us, I don't think. We are starting to run low on creatures here, though. Still have a Highland game left, but Double Hunt the Week definitely wants me to have more creatures. Alright. So we'll do Hateblade, Grizzly. Gain some more life. All right. Pretty good trade for us. All right. Crew Shock. Pretty big dude, but should eventually be able to ideally handle that. All right. So we're just a land short from getting our armament core where we need it to be. Maybe the best play is just use Mastery. Otherwise, we play a Highland game, but it doesn't really do anything. So I think we're just going to Master of the Unseen, take 5 here, which isn't ideal, but I don't mind it. I mean, I admit I don't want to manifest a land card, but I don't have any control over that, so. No kill shot, unfortunately, so, alright. Damage happens. It's got Jungle Hollow. And what else we got? Hooded Assassin. Alright, well, that's not the end-all be-all, so I can handle that. Let's go ahead and Mastery it up here. Well, we did hit a land, unfortunately, but nothing you can do about that. Alright, so could Wild Call for a 4/4, which doesn't seem bad, actually. Yeah, I guess I'm okay with that. So this offers a trade with the Feral Crew Shock. I kind of like this, actually. Hit another land, unfortunately, but that's okay. All right. Suspension Field is unfortunately good here, but not the end of the world. Not yet. So I guess I'll take 7. He's got another play, which is a big dude, which is pretty unfortunate. It's going to be challenging, but I'm going to just have to take some damage and accept it. So let's see if we can't get another land. There it is. So now I guess we just play Armament Core. He's out of cards in hand, so him being in top deck mode I think is going to be pretty beneficial for us. I think I actually just double buff the Armament Core. This way I can block the... I mean, my alternative is I buff one on each, or actually I could... Even double buffing the Manifest doesn't seem that good. The only argument for... I think I just double buff the Armament Core. This is bad if he draws removal, but the reason to do it is I can block any of his guys and not lose my dude. And at this point I might be just willing to chump his Frontier Mastodon and lose a Manifest, but I might actually just take 6. So he's got to draw a removal here, and he has to use it right now. Or a trick, I guess, for that matter. Did not draw it, so that's good news. We got Wingmate Rock, which is extremely good news. And we're going to play Wingmate Rock, which is also extremely good news. So yes, we're going to be willing to... Glad he didn't block there. Yeah, Wingmate Rock's just bonkers. One of those truly not very fair cards. Okay, so I think I'm just going to chump block the Crew Shock. Take the 4. I don't need the Manifest anymore. He's got some work to do to come back in this, especially with... Yeah, that's pretty insane. So, guess we just swing for the fences here, gain a bunch of life. Okay, just taking it. So, I guess I should have just Dragon Scale Boon for the win. I guess the problem with Dragon Scale Boon for the win is that he could have potentially gotten me. Let's just play a Highland game, and I've got Feet of Resistance protection for it, so I think this is actually the safest play. Because what this lets me do is, even if he has removal, we go to 15, or I can protect it, both of which are pretty viable options. And if he'd had become immense, he could have dealt 12 damage to us. He shows us his hand, which is just 3 lands. So we did take another Abzan deck there. What kind of information were we given? We were given information that he has Wandering Champ, which is a pretty good cheap dude. He's got some, he seems a little more fatty, high end. We don't have much in the sideboard department. We have Feed the Clan against Hyper Aggro. Dragon Scale Boon, number 2. I don't even know where we'd use it exactly. And Windstorm, which is good against Flyers. So none of those really come into play from what I can see in this match. So let's just go to game 2. I think I keep it. Being able to, I think this is a keep mostly because if I can just morph out a Watcher and get the Battle Priest reveal with cash defenses for all the value, I think we're in pretty good shape. We're running 18 lands, so I hope to not have mana issues. Unfortunately, our opponent's curving out very, very well here, which is not good when we potentially miss on lands. But we did not, so it panned out okay. So instead, I guess we're just going to play the Mastery. Next turn, morph out the Watcher. Opponent is curving out like he has never curved out in his entire life, so not the best sign of things to come, but we do have decent turn progression still, so not any immediate fears. Land draw there is actually very good. Now we're going to be able to at least potentially get this long shot squad online. So for now, I think we just morph out the Watcher. I might actually just, I guess I should just be willing to trade it here. Could have Feet of Resistance, but I can't do anything about that. I guess he doesn't have black mana yet. Could actually just block with the Hate Blade if he's attacking with everything. He doesn't have black mana, so if he plays a Feat of Resistance, he can't even protect against my Watcher. All right, well, my opponent's got the nuttiest hand you could possibly have, so nothing I can do about that. Just 1, 2, 3 drop plus trick. Just exactly what I did not want to see, but regardless, I did the correct block, so. So here, I guess we just go Battle Priest, and we're going to follow up with a Cash Defenses and just get in for 6 lifelink, see what that does for us. I'd like to draw another land so I can go Cash Defenses and protect with Feat of Resistance. That would be ideal. I'm also hopeful that my opponent doesn't have removal here. Taken 4. No black mana, that's good. Didn't get the land though. That's not good. Yeah, I really needed a land there. What can I do instead? I really can't do anything else. So he could have Kill Shot, he could have Sandblast. God, both of those are so bad against me right now. I'm trying to think what else I can do that's safe. Could just Mastery. Get a dude, but then I can't. Well, that's tough. The best way to play around Killshot and Sandblast is to swing with Battle Priest. And then if he does it, which he likely doesn't, if he does it, I get Feat. If I do Cash Defenses and I walk into a Killshot, I feel like I'm just toast. I'm trying to think why he would leave his Hate Blade. Well, he can't attack into it. We didn't see Killshot game 1. I think I go for it. It's pretty dangerous. You know what? It's only dangerous if my opponent for sure has Killshot or Sandblast. I feel like I have to go for it. Like playing around cards I don't know my opponent has does not seem correct. Not when I have this much to gain. I have a lot to gain and a lot to lose. All right, so I'm glad I didn't play around it because now we're looking just like infinitely better. All right, he did deal with our Battle Priest, which sucks, but we got in. It doesn't matter at this point as much because we did our job. We got our damage in. I mean, it does suck that our opponent's hand is absolutely insane, but we did the best in our circumstances, and I'd say did okay. So, considering how good our opponent's turn progression has been, we're doing just fine. I needed that last turn, man. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if I had that last turn? This game would be over right now if I had that last turn. So now I can Mastery, but I don't know what I'm going to do about this Morph. I can Long Shot Squad, but I don't know what I do about a 5th land and getting in with his Morph. I can Mastery, but it just gives me a 2/2, which I guess is decent protection against Heir of the Wilds. I can Sidisi's Pet, but then I can't unmorph it until I find a black mana. So Long Shot Squad blocks the best, but if he gets a 5th land, the Morph can still get in, and I can't confidently block. It still trades with Heir of the Wilds. I kind of want the life gain potential from Sidisi's Pet, though. So maybe the best play is just the Mastery of the Unseen for Heir of the Wilds blocks, but that actually doesn't work either if he unmorphs pre-combat, and it's bigger than that. So I guess the best play is Long Shot Squad. The Long Shot Squad play lets me block Heir of the Wilds even if he flips up a Morph. And it's got the 4 power that he needs to be ferocious. Looks like that's going to happen, unfortunately. All right, opponent plays a Feral Crew Shock here. So he's going to get ferocious, which is not good. But we'll see if he swings. Yeah, I doubt he swings with his morph now. He might just offer the trade, which I think I will take, much as I loathe to take it here. I mean, if I just take it, am I better next turn? Probably not, although I can play Pet plus Feet of Resistance maybe on my long shot squad to kill his Crew Shock. But then my Pet dies to the Heir of the Wilds the next turn. I don't know. All in all, I'd say it's pretty challenging any way you slice it. I'd say it's extremely challenging any way you slice it. Yeah, this is just a tough spot to be in. Guess I trade or take 3. I really don't know. I think I'm just going to trade. I'm not thrilled about it. I don't know if it's better. I don't know if it's worse. I have absolutely no idea. If I get a land, it makes it so I can play Ambush Crotique without any value loss, I guess, which is nice, actually. Did get a land, so I guess we play Crotique here. Otherwise, I could do Pet plus Feet, or actually Mastery plus Feet, but this is like the one time I can play Crotique without any loss, I guess, of tempo. And it trades with a Feral Crew Shock, which might be relevant. You never know. All right, I think I was going to say, could actually just block the morph. I think I actually block Hate Blade here, as greedy as that is, because it is greedy, no doubt, but the reason to block Hate Blade here is I have Feet of Resistance for Ambush Crotique next turn, so potentially that's good enough to kill Crew Shock and leave my Crotique preserved. Falconer, yeah, this guy's a big deal, but whatever. Alright, so now I can do, guess we do Mastery plus Feet. I mean, we're in serious trouble, but we're in serious trouble starting on turn 1. Our opponent's pace has been relentlessly good. So I have to block his morph, which not thrilled about. So we'll do Mastery first, see what we get. It's a land, which I guess we didn't need. So just going to block here and here. Well, Loxodon is certainly not a creature I wanted to see here, but we're going to feat our Crotique and kill the Crew Shock. So I guess we've got that going for us. Take some damage, which I don't think we can afford to take much of right now. Wild Call gives me a 6/6. See a problem with that. I think we go. I think we go Hate Blade plus Wild Call. That's not bad. What that does is allows me to double block his Loxodon and still block his Falconer. So I guess we do that. Let's maybe Wild Call first, I guess. So we'll get a 5/5. Student. Well, not bad. Still not quite enough toughness on its own if it was flipped to kill the Loxodon, but if I can flip it next turn, I can gain some life, so I need to not die here. It might be he just goes for the Falconer, which is a pretty good idea on his part, since I'm already kind of in a world of trouble here. All right. Guess I could... No, this is actually a safer double block, because if he has a removal spell, I'd rather him remove my... I don't want to lose both my manifest dudes. I really wish he didn't have something here, since I feel like my opponent has just been doing absolutely bonkers this whole game. And he has been, and he got me there with a trick that wouldn't have got me if I double blocked the correct way. So I am just getting crushed, and I've been getting crushed this whole game, much to my chagrin. So not happy with how this game has progressed at all. My opponent game one did not come this much out of the fences. It's blowing my mind. So we're barely alive here. After I basically have to mastery plus unmanifest this just to live, which is not good. And my guy's going to get weaker, so I have to chump. This is just not going well at all. And we flip a black mana, which kind of sucks, but he didn't attack with Loxodon, which is, I guess, pretty good for us, actually. So gain some life at least. Got to come up with an answer for Abzan Falconer, of which we have, by the way. We have a bunch of removal that we haven't seen yet. We also have life gain that would be nice. Longshot Squad, unfortunately, is gone, so that's not going to help. Scavenger, that's also something I didn't want to see. Yeah, that's certainly one of the last cards I wanted to see. And that's an awful card there, too, so... Guess we'll play a land, mastery, see if we can't find something to flip here. Yep, that's not going to do it either. Nothing left, so I guess we are, in fact, very much dead. So, this game was frustrating. Wow, that wasn't fun at all. Our opponent just crushed us. There was not a point in that game where we were even close to being ahead or stabilized. I guess there was one point we were close to stabilized, and then he played more good spells, of which I can't do anything against. So just getting crushed. Just crushed this game. All right, let's see if we cannot get crushed in game 3. That would be wonderful. We're the one with the good deck, I thought, but if you saw that game, you'd think our deck was total piece of garbage. My God. Where's the Wingmate Rock to win the game when you need it? Do I want Feed the Clan for my opponent's Omega aggro strategy that he's apparently running? I feel like our deck is well equipped against aggro. How did we do so poorly that game? I don't get it. I really thought our deck looks so well equipped to battle aggro. And yet, that game is not representative of that at all. We got crushed. All right, so do I want Feed the Clan? Do I want Windstorm? I don't know. Boone seems less good against Awaken the Bear, so maybe that I can ditch, but then it makes our pets worse, which is a problem. Do I want to Feed the Clan? I don't have a ton of ways to get Ferocious, actually. And 5 life hardly seems worth it. Could do Dreadmaw. Could do Windstorm to take out the Scavenger and maybe Falconer or other dudes that he buffs. I guess we'll do... Windstorm seems like it could be a trap to do that. A lot of his guys were ground dudes. Could do Brave the Sands, but it's not even that good. Maybe we do Windstorm. I don't know. I'm at a loss here. I'm at a loss. We've got Longshot Squad and Wingmate Rock for his flyers. I don't want to bring in Windstorm for 2 cards. Falconer's a good one if he has a bunch of counters to put on his guys, but we haven't seen that yet. I don't know, man. Do I keep it the same? Boone is so good with the pets, but not so good against Suspension Field. But it's also good with Battle Priest. I gotta leave it in. We gotta just try it again. He's just got good cards against us. I don't know what to say. Well, 1 lander is not gonna get us there, unfortunately. 2 lands we gotta try. Opponent keeps his 7-card hand, which does not exactly put us on an even playing ground, but nothing I can do about it. So let's just hope we can draw hot here and do fine. Hope our opponent doesn't have too explosive of a start. All right, land is okay, but we're also going to need creatures, so this hand needs some work, basically. There's an Heir of the Wilds, which is pretty amazing, excellent 2-drop. Well, Mastery is pretty satisfactory of a draw. Now we just need land. Falconer, pretty good here. Really want to draw land here. Didn't get the land, but we'll take a morph that we can play because it's satisfactory. So he attacks with both. We'll flip the morph. Block the Heir of the Wilds. Maybe he just attacks. No, he's attacking both, so I'm not going to play around combat tricks. We don't have that luxury. I mean, I could take 4 here, but I don't know what that really does for me. I guess it lets me, like, Honors Reward and attempt to race. But I'm also 1 land from getting a Mastery of the Unseen. Let's just block the Heir of the Wilds. If he has Awaken the Bear, I'd rather him play it now. Yeah. So the truly unfortunate part about this is that he's going to trample over all sorts of damage, so it effectively negates all of this life gain that we would have had, which is truly unfortunate, but my opponent has a nutty deck, it turns out, and is doing extremely well, so I'm trying my best. It's tough to win games when your opponent's got good hands, and you have to mulligan, even when your deck is as bonkers as ours is. Because our deck's bonkers. I'm not going to say our deck's not bonkers. Our deck is absolutely insane, but when your opponent gets to play as many spells as he does, and he is, then we have problems. And we miss our land here, which is just so much not what we need at the moment. So exactly the last thing that we wanted to happen is happening, which is us missing land drops and our opponent playing spells. Yep, that's going to be pretty problematic unless we can, you know, get some land. But that's going to be this game if we don't get land. So let's see if we can't get some land. Yeah, we're taking way more damage than I can afford to on turn 5. So would really like to get land to play spells. We're just going to die real quick here next turn if I don't get something. And there's a land. It's probably too late to do anything at this point. So now I guess I have to play Longshot Squad to block Air of the Wilds, which gets in for 3. We're going to take 5 flying, which I absolutely cannot afford to take, but have to because I have no choice. And our opponent plays more stuff to... All right, well, it was an aggravating game. Pretty unsatisfied with the loss here, but these things happen. You have to accept them. I'm going to move on to round 2 and forget this match happened. All right, I'll see you in round 2.